The following podcast contains dirty language, which keeps my mother from listening to it, and you should probably keep people who don't like that sort of thing away from it as well. Good evening, everybody. I am Nick. You fucked up already.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm asleep.
That's James.
I'm James.
Our second episode, you're already spent.
I did it on purpose.
You're
actually.
lying.
No, I did.
You're
I
lying.
did it on purpose.
Alright, fine. This is Wrestle Time, and we already did the introductions, so there's that.
There is.
Yeah. This is our second episode.
We only have like 59 minutes to go.
Yeah! Saddle up.
I can't wait for this to be over. Saddle up.
We didn't even fuck up the intro this time.
We did, but we cut it out.
We didn't really fuck it up.
Oh.
I cut up the question of whether or not we fucked it up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave this part in. We cut out the question of whether we fucked it up, but we're gonna leave in the conversation about the question of whether or not we fucked it up.
Saddle up.
This is like the director's cut.
I like the catchphrase of saddle up.
Yeah, saddle up is nice. It's applicable for both this podcast and a podcast about horses.
And westerns.
What? Well, yeah, I guess westerns too.
What?
Sorry, you triggered my hip hop robot for a minute.
Apparently.
Oh yeah, we came a little bit prepared for this one.
We did.
We've watched wrestling. The last one we hadn't watched wrestling for like a month, but we've actually watched. I've watched it. You kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
I watched Raw.
Yeah, Raw and then
Superstars,
most of
like,
Impact.
We watched Superstars like an hour ago.
Yeah, we watched Superstars, and I watched SmackDown last night because I knew we were doing this today. And I told you to watch SmackDown while I was out doing my thing.
What was I doing?
Not watching SmackDown, apparently.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of... I didn't do anything today.
There's no reason you could have not watched SmackDown.
I shredded a lot of stuff in a paper shredder.
Why? Funsies?
I have a paper shredder.
Why do you have a paper shredder?
The world may never know.
Oh, great. So yeah, there's stuff to talk about with that, and then there's a few segments we were going to introduce.
Yes.
There's 2 segments we're going to introduce outside of the segments we don't already have. So never mind.
Outsiders?
No, not the Outsiders.
Oh. You said outside, sorry.
Though I've heard conflicting reports when it comes to the Outsiders. I guess we can call this our news section. I've heard that Nash have nothing to do with TNA, but then I also saw something that Nash is in negotiations with TNA.
Nash is like the Ross Perot of wrestling. He's like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. It's just...
I don't care either way.
I hope his kneecaps shatter.
I don't care about the guy. I really honestly don't.
I hope his kneecaps
I don't think he's funny.
shatter.
I think he's just a dick.
Like peanut brittle.
Prenup brittle takes a lot to shatter, though.
Prenup brittle?
Prenup brittle. You have to
Ain't
sign
nobody getting my brittle.
You got to sign that agreement before you eat it.
Nobody's getting this kid's brittle.
Unless it's a brittle prenup. That's fun to say.
No, it's not.
In which case, it's just not. It won't hold up in court at all.
This is dumb.
It's a terrible podcast.
Yeah.
Just don't even listen to this. Listen to something else.
Yo. You have 2 choices. This or Wrestle AM. So.
Yeah, well. Yeah, we're better. Our audio quality's better than theirs.
Yep.
So we at least got that going for us.
To be fair, one guy's in like Alabama and the other guy's in Japan.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we're both in the same room. But even still.
Cuddling.
We still got that going for us. Don't take it away from me, goddammit.
Exactly.
So anyway, that was our news portion. We don't know what Nash is doing, nor do we give a shit.
Can we do a new segment every week called "Where in the World is Kevin Nash?" and
Sitting in front of his computer.
The answer every time is nobody gives a shit.
Tweeting and no one's following.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the end of that segment. No. So yeah, what? I guess we could talk about what happened this week and just jump right into it. But, I mean, with starting at the beginning of the week, I mean, we watched Raw.
Yeah.
Do we care? Did anything happen?
I don't think I care about Monday Night Raw.
I don't.
I think it's too much of the same people pushed on you. Like, I don't care about John Cena. I don't care about Randy Orton.
I already like The Miz, so there's no real reason to I mean, it's more like with The Miz. I like The Miz, and he's great at what he does, which I never thought I'd be able to say. But it's just there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of new, like, oh my god, this is what The Miz did this week.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was a good consistent heel, and he kind of reminds me of what Jericho's been for the past 2 years. Consistently good, but meh, like, who cares?
At this point, I think, yeah.
At this point now,
he's pretty much done everything he's gonna do.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
like for now,
until WWE gets their head out of their ass.
Right. So I'm just like,
actually, fun little fact. I read that John Cena headlined 10 of the 13 pay-per-views last year, and the 2 that he didn't headline, he was that mathematically that doesn't make sense, but still, the 2 that he didn't headline, he was guest referee and he was Wade Barrett's corner man. That's why I hate Monday Night Raw.
So what was the other match then?
I don't know. A Superstars main event. I don't know. Yoshitatsu versus Primo. Headlined SummerSlam. But that's ridiculous.
I agree.
I think that's why I hate Raw. It's the same thing.
And you can't really fault it. Like, you can't really say, and I know you didn't really do this, but maybe people would automatically jumping into the whole nostalgia, like, it never used to be like that. Yes, it did. Because, I mean, how many fucking pay-per-views, over the span of 2 years, like, I'd say about a year and a half was nothing but Stone Cold headlining pay-per-views.
Macho Man didn't headline enough. I want Macho Man to headline now.
Well, that's not really that fair to say. You can't really throw that in as an argument, because that's like saying, they should release a Best of Gangrel DVD. Be like
Macho Man versus Zack Ryder, main event of WrestleMania.
I think I'm so glad people in this world would like that. You and Zack Ryder.
I'm so glad I'm wearing this blanket right now.
Yeah, since this is an audio podcast, not a video podcast, I'll tell you that James is using a Hello Kitty fleece blanket.
It's warm.
He has diabetes and he's frail.
I'm
peanut laughing
brittle.
at your disease.
I'm frail like peanut brittle.
Like prenup brittle?
Yep, and it all comes full circle. Saddle up. Where'd my computer go? Oh, here it is.
Nothing happened on Raw that I can think of.
I'm gonna look at the results on my little baby computer.
Yeah, we're so high tech.
Yeah, I got a baby
unless you could think of anything, unless you could pull some. While I'm talking about something else, you can pull that up. Impact. We watched Impact right after Raw because we had recorded Raw.
Funny.
Yeah. We're recording Raw. I had recorded Raw on my DVR. We finished watching Raw, and then Impact was on. Came into it, and it's not like. Here's the fun thing about watching Impact. You don't have to watch Impact.
Oh.
Yeah, aside from nothing, you don't have to watch Impact in any order whatsoever. I mean, you could have an Impact just where someone just takes the different segments out and throws it back together. You'd have no idea, because no matter what, it's going to be just as confusing and just as stupid. And before we get to the big stupid moment of the night, fucking Amazing Red having a brother that apparently is this huge, amazing enforcer that goes around attacking people.
His name is Crimson.
That is retarded.
It's a shade of red.
That is retarded. That's like having Undertaker's brother named Gravedigger. That's fucking stupid. Stone Cold Steve Austin is, like, rock frozen. Just fucking, that's dumb.
Do you think they hired Les Thatcher?
You just want me to do my Les Thatcher voice again.
I do.
But I can't remember it. I can remember. All I have to remember, because I was thinking about that the other day, is I'll never be able to do the Les Thatcher voice again. I remember because all I have to do is go, stamp lickage, and I immediately get it back.
Stamp lickage.
Oh, what a dumb fucking gimmick. What the
Thatcher.
hell was... That paperboy's name was Rory...
Wasn't it Rory Fox?
Rory Fox, that's right. The paperboy Rory Fox.
And I only know that because it was on MTV. Yeah.
My life as a superstar, wrestling superstar, something like that. My life as a wrestler.
Yeah.
My friend Greg, you know Greg? He was really into he loved that episode, and he was he talked to Rory Fox on AIM all the time, and
Did you ever see the episode of Made where the gay kid was trained by the Motor City Machine Guns?
No.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Pretty awesome.
What the hell is Made?
It's an MTV show where they're like, I'm a faggot, and I want to be made into a pro wrestler. So I want to be made into a bigger faggot.
Right.
I want to be made into a faggot that wears tights. For funsies.
With random dyed hair.
Yeah. But he was trained by the Machine Guns, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
He did pretty well.
He was gay.
Yeah.
So
He was a drama.
Pat
geek.
Patterson was probably watching the episode.
Oh, Pat Patterson was just salivating.
I'm a sign that kid as soon as he gets old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Pat Patterson sounds like. That's a lot like what's that?
So back to Impact.
Back to Impact. What brought us from? How did we get from Crimson to that? Oh,
Crimson.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So Crimson, fucking stupid. Who the hell is Crimson? Where did he come from?
I think he did the TNA gut check, which is like you pay $250 and you train with TNA for the day, and normally they don't do anything, but apparently he got a contract.
Really?
I think his name is, I want to say something Mercer, Jay Mercer. I could be completely wrong on that, and I'm going to use my baby computer to find out.
He's so cute. Your little Tykes laptop.
Yep, it's actually a Barbie doll laptop.
I'll actually the sticker now. But what he was involved in, I was thinking about it last night.
Tommy Mercer is his name.
Tommy Mercer, okay. So, if you didn't see Impact, lucky you, but I'm going to tell you about what it is. I'm going to tell you about what happened anyway. So, the entire heel roster is in the ring because they're all in the same fucking group because Vince Russo is the head writer.
I forgot the name of it. Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal. So they're the Highlander.
Their whole code.
There's a joke for 3 people. Anyway,
listeners.
they're all in the ring. Abyss comes out just staggering, looking stupid.
That was the end.
Yeah, this is the end of Impact. Yeah, Abyss comes out staggering, looking stupid, falls to his knees, and then there's that nail bat board thing stuck in his back.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. That would be a cool ending if Impact were a horror movie. But it's not. It's wrestling. It's fucking stupid.
He came out like he wanted a hug.
Yeah, it's like, he came out like it was some mafia, like, he came out like the mob just hit him, and he came in to say, like, you know, like, to deliver the title line in some kind of damn horrible movie, and falls down to his knees and falls, Crimson's standing behind him like, ooh, I'm gonna fuck you guys up.
Yeah.
So, like, I was thinking about, like,
Crimson,
it would be an interesting movie. It was interestingly shot. Abyss for what he did it was an interesting little scene, and I say scene because it's ripped from it's like a horror movie or some kind of action movie or something. It does not belong in wrestling.
No.
I mean, wrestling is stupid. I know this. I'm a strong proponent of the fact that wrestling is fucking dumb. It's also one of the main reasons I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really fucking stupid. And actually, I just thought about this because I completely accept that the Undertaker's, you know, the living dead or whatever, but I won't accept that Crimson hit Abyss in the back with a nail board and watched him fall down,
right?
Presumably dead. Like I don't know. Like he hit him in the spine with fucking nails.
Yeah, the nail board is Janice, by the way.
Janice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. That's the gimmick they stole.
And Crimson did come out in a mafia suit. So I mean,
you mean just a suit?
He had a pocket square.
Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. Figured that'll work. That's mafia.
But
written all over it.
The best moment of Impact was Kurt Angle sneaking into the ring.
Oh, good lord, I forgot about that.
So creepy. He came out of nowhere.
It was creepy. I pooped and I wasn't even there.
He came out of nowhere. Yeah, I just had to poop though. Kurt Angle had the 2 best moments on Impact though.
What was the other one?
Him fighting off every member of Immortal, and then trying to get Flair out of the ring, and just Kurt wouldn't let them get it. Like somebody help
We're
Ric
actually
Flair.
screaming at the screen like,
Yeah.
get him out of there!
Somebody's
gonna fucking kill him.
Punch him. Do something.
I don't know how much of the Karen Angle, Jeff Jarrett storyline. Like, I don't think Kurt thinks it's fake. Like, I think he thinks it's real.
Well, it is. Jeff Jarrett really stole.
Yeah,
his
no,
wife.
I realize that, but I don't think. I think that Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle actually thinks that Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle are coming out to air their dirty laundry. They're not even doing it. They're like, okay, here's the storyline, and you know, we're taking it from real life. And
So,
we're doing
Kurt
an Edge and Lita thing.
Kurt
Kurt
Angle
actually thinks that they're just being this horrible to him.
He has like a switch that turns on and off about like fake. Like
This is fake, and this
kayfabe
isn't. Yeah, he's got a kayfabe switch.
And
I don't think Kurt understands this is a kayfabe.
his equilibrium just turns it off, like when he has an ear infection.
But then, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy's nuts enough. I don't think he really has. I don't know if he's got any switches. It's just, or the switch is just broken. Like you try to flip it, and it just falls right back down. I mean, it's just, Fuck that guy. That dude's nuts. Jesus Christ. If you would have told me that a wrestler was gonna snap, kill his family, and choke them out, leave Bibles by their heads and stuff, I would have said Kurt Angle in a heartbeat before it would have said Chris Benoit.
If you watch the London and Kendrick shoot interview from High Spots,
did they say the same thing?
They say that they knew Chris Benoit was crazy because he had blue eyes.
I forgot about that.
That shoot interview was well worth. I don't know. High Spots is expensive. $655 that they charge for it. I downloaded it illegally.
We didn't finish the whole thing.
No, it's 2 discs of just. Oh man,
just
it's so
stoners.
entertaining though. So entertaining.
But yeah, that was the whole Crimson thing is fucking stupid, and I don't think there's anything on Impact that I even gave 2 shits about. And good God, is that belt fucking atrocious?
It cost like $20,000.
It's horrible. It's fucking gross. That is a terrible belt.
Jay Lethal versus Frankie Kazarian was pretty good.
I didn't watch that.
Oh.
I was too busy working on our brand new blog.
Set you up there. Hey, here's this softball for you.
That's right.
But you're bad at sports, so you're just going to foul ball it.
Yeah, you're right. Just you throw a softball and I'm going to scream squeal like a girl. I was on academic team. I don't understand these rules.
Academic team.
I was. Anyway, we'll pause this for a minute. I actually did we have a new blog. It's wrestletime.blogspot.com. You can go on there and see like little bits of like random trivia, a little history about us, and you can also go on there and email us on our brand new email account. Woo! Cue the fanfare.
Yeah, you're excited about this.
And that is askwrestletime@gmail.com.
Wow.
Hooray, because we don't have a server.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah,
you did it right this time. You coughed out away from the mic.
It doesn't matter. There's still like this roller coaster of
that.
horrible coughing.
Speaking of roller coaster, how's your amusement park doing?
Hold on a minute.
Sorry.
I want to finish the whole...
I actually didn't care about your amusement park.
So. Oh, I don't care. I'm going to tell you anyway.
I know.
So yeah, it's askwrestletime@gmail.com. You can send us any kind of questions or comments, whatever you want. We're going to read them all in the air. I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of negative comments anyway, but there's that. So you can also check out our blog. It's wrestletime.blogspot.com. And yeah, it's going to have a bunch of little random stuff. You'll also see all the links to our YouTube Pick of the Weeks, which we're going to do later in the show.
Yes.
My my theme park actually is not doing well because my cat chewed through my mouse while I was working on it. So
that's right. So a little more TNA stuff.
Why?
I don't know. Because we're a wrestling show.
If it's really wrestling, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Anyway, what?
They're going to use... I heard TNA is trying to trademark the name Cold-Blooded for Matt Hardy. I guess that's going to be his new, persona. He's going to be cold-blooded.
Because Tyler Rex was taken?
Yeah. I don't know. And apparently there's backstage snickering about Matt Hardy's new look because he looks too much like Raven with his braids.
No, he looks like Tyler Rex.
Yeah, because Matt Hardy's not fully bloated. Raven's pretty fat.
He's not fully... He's fully bloated. Wasn't there a WWE pay-per-view fully loaded?
Yeah.
Fully bloated.
I said we do a brawl show called Fully Bloated. Starring Rick Roberts. I love you, Rick. I'm so sorry.
He's crying so much right now.
Yeah.
Just ketchup strolling down his eyes.
Gravy.
I was going to say gravy, but instead I changed it up with ketchup.
Yeah. And then I also heard that they're going to stop using the Machine Guns and Generation Me as tag teams, and try to rebuild the X Division. But there was a lot of rumors on the internet stating that they were going to get rid of the X Division title.
I honestly thought they did.
Dixie Carter was like, "We have an X Division title?" And she tweeted about it. Kevin Nash is like, "I want back in." So I don't know. But yeah, so they're going to stop using
the X Division has
the
a title?
Guns.
Why don't we have it under contract?
The Guns and Generation Me.
Well, one
tag teams. Well, Shelley just got hurt. He broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
So this might be a good time to push Chris Sabin.
Yeah. Which he wasn't sufficiently pushed anyway before he joined the Machine Guns.
Well, yeah, he's like a 4 or 5-time X Division champion.
Yeah, he's like a TNA.
I'm actually a 3-time X Division champion. Everybody's been X. It's like the hardcore title in WWE.
Actually, not everybody was a hardcore champion. Gangrel never won the belt.
Oh.
I was actually looking at his title history. He's never won a belt in WWE.
You're such a nerd. You were looking at his title history.
I was. Well, I mean, it's not really saying that it's not there. So I mean, it's like I wasn't really looking at much. I just went on his Wikipedia page, David Heath, and
what hit? Oh, whoa!
Ooh,
name dropping.
Name dropping. And yeah, he's never won a title in WWE.
Ever?
Never.
I thought he was at least a European.
I thought he was too, but he
no.
never won a European title, never won the hardcore title, was never a tag champion, nothing.
Well, tag champion I could see he wasn't because he didn't really tag with anybody. It was always a tag team with him.
Well, even still,
Edge and Christian and
right.
the Hardys and.
Well, there was a point when it was just him and Christian.
Was there?
There was like about 2 or 3 weeks because they were trying to bring Edge. Gangrel brought Christian in to fuck with Edge.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. No one cares.
I gotta start watching my old Monday Night Raws.
Get to get caught back up on the Brood suck.
I do. I watch now and I'm like, man, if I would have watched my 1993 edition before I watched my 2011 edition, I know what was going on better.
I don't think I would be able to watch it. I don't know if I'd be able to watch wrestling before '97. I mean, I can't. I try. And
I don't know. '93
I can't.
was really good. Like the first couple of episodes of Raw were really good. Bret Hart vs. 1-2-3 Kid.
Don't like either of them.
Anything with Marty Jannetty.
I could see that.
Yeah, Marty Jannetty's awesome.
Was it you? I know somebody gave me their insight on the whole why '80s wrestling was so good, and because they were always balls to the wall, do whatever they want because they were all coked up.
That was '90s.
Was it '90s?
Yeah.
I meant.
It's so funny because
I think it would be coked up in the '80s too.
Josh Masters bought me the
Saturday Night Main Event.
Saturday Night Main Event DVD. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And we're watching it, and you got guys like Hulk Hogan and stuff who are always like, oh, less is more and keep it safe. And he takes Lenny Poffo and he body slams him from the ring to the floor, just throws him.
Oh, speaking of which. Mark Henry.
Speaking of Lenny Poffo.
No. Speaking of awesome throws out, whatever. Mark Henry's elimination of Sheamus in that little over the top, whatever.
Over the top challenge.
Fucking awesome. I love Mark Henry, and I know why you think I love Mark Henry. That's only part of the reason. I love Mark Henry. He's fucking awesome.
I don't like him.
He seems like a real fun guy to be around, a safe guy to be around if you're on his good side.
Oh yeah.
But. I've always liked Mark Henry. I really always have. Which is weird because I hate the sexual chocolate thing. I think the music's stupid, the gimmick was stupid. I thought it was so goddamn dumb.
I didn't even like him when he tagged with D'Lo, and I love D'Lo.
I like that tag team. I like that tag team, but again, I didn't like the sexual chocolate thing.
Yeah, the sexual chocolate was dumb.
Yeah, James has an idea. James has the theory that I like Mark Henry because he lives in Ohio, because he lives in Cincinnati. James thinks that if you're from Ohio, you like everyone from Ohio.
That's why you like Derek Bateman so much.
Which is not true. I don't really like Derek Bateman. I think he's interesting, but you're the Derek Bateman mark, not me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ted Bundy's from Ohio. I don't like him.
It's got to be true, though, because I like everybody from Long Island.
Not everybody. We went through that list. We deleted that section of the podcast.
Oh, I loved every one of them.
No, there was somebody on there.
Amy Fisher?
I can't remember who. Who the fuck is Amy Fisher?
Long Island Lolita.
Oh, that's the chick that
Joey
killed...
Buttafuoco.
Buttafuoco's, yeah. We were going through that list and completely forgot we were on a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, like we do now.
Wikipedia podcast, yeah, it's Wikipedia time. So yeah, I know, I've always liked Mark Henry, and I like that. That was an excellent elimination.
Yeah,
I like Sheamus too, and you fucking hate Sheamus.
Oh, I hate Sheamus. I hate him.
I like Sheamus. I stated this from the earlier the first episode of Wrestle Time. I am not a wrestling fan at all. I'm an entertainment fan. I don't like. I'm amazed by the abilities and all that stuff, but I've just not really. That's not really what I really care about. I don't care about the whole, get in there and tell a story with, in psychology. I don't really give a shit. I just like, when people who come out of the ground when it fires around them and have really interesting music.
Guys in tights and colors.
Yeah, I just like pretty colors in face paint.
Yep.
I like the entertainment aspect, so I like Sheamus. And a major portion of why I like Sheamus is the accent. But because he calls everybody fella. I fucking love that. It's so great.
I just I don't.
That doesn't make up for his ability or inability
His
as a
gimmick
wrestler.
is he's
but
super white. Like,
that
that's
is really fucking
that's his
stupid.
gimmick.
That's a fucking TNA gimmick. Well, you know what? I gotta give TNA, not so much give them credit as much as discredit WWE. I don't think TNA has nearly as stupid of a gimmick, of gimmicks, plural, than WWE is. They have a guy's a rat.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah.
a guy's really white.
Yep.
What's some other really stupid shit that they still have going on? A leprechaun. I mean,
Leprechaun.
even TNA doesn't. TNA's got what? They've got a guy in a full body suit and a mask that just completely changes his body type every once in a while. But I mean, that's
Suicide?
Yeah, but I mean,
He's not. I don't even think they have the suicide gimmick anymore.
Who knows? Because like every time you think it's gone, it comes right back.
Yeah, there's been like 6 suicides.
But I mean,
I'm sure more in
that's
the
horrible.
world.
They should really
Yeah.
get some therapy going on.
Yeah.
I
I know it was Kazarian.
we tripped over that joke, didn't we?
Yeah, it was Kazarian, Daniels, back to Kazarian, and then I think it was Kiyoshi,
Yeah.
and then I think they
I thought
stopped
that's
it.
what you told me anyway. Do they have any other stupid gimmicks?
Sorry to bore you.
Yeah, this podcast is boring me.
TNA?
Yeah.
And they got rid of the Jay Lethal Macho Man thing.
Oh, yeah. Anything where they were trying to harp on old WWF characters like the Shark Boy, just because you can do a good impression doesn't mean it
I
should
like
be your
Shark
gimmick.
Boy.
I mean, it's... no. Fuck Shark Boy. Fucking worthless.
No
Worthless
way.
dork.
He was so over in XPW, as we saw
XPW.
we saw the other day. He was so over. They chanted.
Thank
for
you,
him the entire,
Botchamania,
yeah.
for pointing that out.
They chanted for him the entire show.
And they really pissed off Vic Grimes.
Yeah, he's fat.
Yeah, well. Was it Vic Grimes versus Shane Douglas? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
God, he was so mad.
Yeah, Vic Grimes. Weird guy.
Fuck that guy.
New Jack tried to kill him.
What else? Who didn't New Jack try to kill?
Me?
Well, you know somebody he tried to kill. 2 people, in fact.
Yeah.
He almost succeeded.
Yep.
Fuck that. God, that's creepy.
He was really cool.
I'll take your word for it. I don't ever want to find out.
I don't know. The whole like, hey, you want to see what gimmick I'm using tonight? And he pulls out Wolverine claws was kind of scary.
He used these adamantium claws on him.
And then he dropped them and they just stuck in the ring. Like, just, I was like, oh man, this is crazy.
Do you remember that show we went to a couple weeks ago where Sin had a samurai sword and jabbed it in the ring
Yeah.
and pierced the canvas? What a dick move that was. Sin Bodhi.
He chopped a cantaloupe on somebody's stomach.
What?
Yeah, he put Oh no, he usually does that spot. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't do it that time.
No, he usually puts a cantaloupe on the guy's chest and swings and chops it. But he doesn't cut the guy. I like Sin Bodhi.
I like him. I mean, I like him too. We kind of talked to him a little bit after the show.
He's in Chikara now.
He is in Chikara. Yeah, he's doing a gimmick with Mantis.
Ultra Mantis.
We really need to get caught up on Chikara.
Yeah.
We're trying to go back and watch Chikara in order so we can kind of get the whole storyline bullshit. And I say bullshit in the nicest way because goddamn do I love Chikara storylines.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, nice guy, but what a dick move. Fucking just shred the canvas.
It wasn't his ring.
Yeah, well, it's still a dick move. Anyway, is that the only other points we really had for Raw and Impact?
Yeah, it was
What else
pretty
we watched?
bad.
We watched Smack, we watched Superstars. This isn't just going to be a recap of what we watched every week, is it?
I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's really anything. The only other thing that I wanted to mention as far as like the actual shows, and it's not even really because you haven't seen SmackDown, but there's not really anything spoiler-worthy or anything to really discuss about SmackDown that I can remember anyway.
What about the core?
That's except for the fucking stupid goddamn name, the Core. Which the Core is fine. If you want to call which the way they have it, I have a problem with the spelling of the Core. Corre is retarded. That's fucking stupid. That's retarded with 2 T's. It's fucking just dumb as hell. Just adding another letter doesn't make it cool. Which I realize my wrestling name used to be Sinn, just like Sin Bodhi, but I did it because there's 1,000 other Sins, and goddamn it, I wanted to use that name. Plus, I was what, 14?
Yeah.
That was my I used to backyard wrestle. Anyway, That my backyard wrestling name was Sin, and I was 14. This is WWE, people who make millions of dollars
It's
every
true.
year,
This is
and they
their
have
living.
writers. Like, this is their fucking job. So they're gonna name a group The Core and add an extra R. That's fucking stupid. I mean, that's a really stupid, nitpicky thing to complain about. But guess what? This is a wrestling podcast. Nitpicky complaining is all we've really got to offer.
And you're grammar police.
Oh yes, I am.
Oh,
I have the full SS uniform with little, like, with red pins on it instead of the little shock trooper S's. They're like red pins so I can mark people's papers.
Mhm.
That was a really just involved joke.
Yeah.
For a Nazi reference.
Yes.
Yeah, let's polarize this audience.
So, I don't know.
Fucking. As far as the group itself, again, I don't care about anybody but Wade Barret. I mean, I
like
do not like
Jackson.
Justin Gabriel. Ezekiel Jackson, I won't like until he's in the Nation 2011.
Yeah.
And Heath Slater is just
He's the one-man rock band.
boring wrestler with a. I mean, if the gimmick didn't work for Lance Hoyt, I don't think it's going to work for Heath Slater.
Lance Hoyt. Lance Hoyt had a gimmick? Oh, the one-man rock band.
Yeah.
That was the Rock and Rave Infection with him and Jimmy Rave.
Why is it an infection?
I don't know, but it was the greatest catchphrase ever. Who's ready to get infected? Whoa. I know, right?
There's pamphlets about this.
WWE is boosting the Rumble from 30 to 40 men.
That is... I knew I wanted to mark that down to remember,
Yep.
but I forgot. What do you think about it?
I don't care. Like, alright, I'm reading this right now, and it says that one unidentified WWE source feels the Royal Rumble match expanding from 30 to 40 men is not a good idea. He's quoted as saying, when you have 30 guys who are not over, and then you add 10 more guys, it isn't special. It's like adding vanilla to vanilla. And I completely agree. Why not just have a main eventers battle royal? Does Primo or Tyson Kidd or Tyler Rex have any chance of headlining WrestleMania? No.
No, not at all. But I do
No.
want to point out that I like vanilla ice cream.
Right.
That's,
But if you
But at
want to
the same
spice
time-
things up, you're not going to add vanilla to your vanilla ice cream.
I don't watch the Royal Rumble for things to be spiced up. Honestly, I watch Royal Rumble for the low card guys to see who shows up. I literally watched the Royal Rumble to see who they called, like, 2 days ago, had them dust off their gear and flew them in to fucking come out for a 30-second pop that no one gives a shit about. How many times has Goldust come back to WWE for 6 months because of the Royal Rumble?
I'm
Like
surprised
3
they-
years in a row.
I'm surprised they didn't fire him this year, like a month before the Rumble, just to bring him back.
Just to bring him back again, yeah.
But he's
I mean,
hurt anyway. So
Is he?
But yeah, but
Oh.
the WWE is just so low on main eventers right now. Like, there's really no star power.
Do you think that is... This may be a stupid thing to ask, but do you think that's a hindrance?
To the average WWE fan,
Wait,
yeah.
before we jump into that conversation, I want to point out that JR was quoted as saying that he liked the idea of 40 men in the Rumble. He said that he doesn't have an opinion on it because he hasn't seen it yet. Once he sees it, then he'll form an opinion. But he says that he does like that 10 boys are getting an extra payday. I like that as well. And honestly, that's the first thing I thought of. 40 men battle royal. That means 10 more guys is getting a WrestleMania paycheck, which is a nice paycheck.
It's not a WrestleMania paycheck; it's a Royal Rumble paycheck.
Or a Royal Rumble paycheck, anyway. Sorry.
I just like.
But even still, I mean, it's 10 guys getting a payday. That's nice. It's a pay-per-view payday. That's at least there's that. And to be honest, I would look forward for that reason. I like low card. I like mid card wrestlers. I could give a shit less about main event guys.
I like them too, but like I said, they're so like it's just pointless. They have 40 guys. Oh yeah, 38 of them have no chance of making it.
38?
Well, Randy Orton's not in the Rumble because he's got a title match. Edge is the champion, so he's not in the Rumble. Miz isn't in the Rumble.
Yeah, it was it. So be.
I don't think Big Show's ever going to headline a WrestleMania. Because there's discussion, which I was going to bring up later. There's discussion of Ezekiel Jackson Big Show feud on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So that's not going to headline a WrestleMania.
No, it'll be a WrestleMania, but it won't headline WrestleMania.
No, they say WrestleMania. They're thinking about doing Nexus versus the Core and starting that up at Rumble.
So.
But you know what I'm saying?
Heel
Like,
versus heel. I mean, Core wasn't hardcore heel on SmackDown. I mean, they were hired by Vicky Guerrero or some kind of.
I'm trying. Like, I don't see.
I don't really care. We're gonna see Royal Rumble next week because we're gonna go.
I'm saying out of the 40 guys, I'm saying there's, and this is pushing it. There is 30, between 32 and 35 guys, no chance of ever headlining a WrestleMania. Ever.
But it's also kind of interesting with Cena's in the Rumble, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't know if he's got a match prior that night. Probably.
Well, even if you have a match prior, that doesn't mean you're not on the.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean
Rumble.
that you're not in the Rumble, but.
I mean, it severely changes things.
Right. I mean, Rey Mysterio's not going to headline a WrestleMania again.
No.
Because of his work schedule,
I want to point out that not only has he gotten. It looks like me in a mask. Like, the dude's gotten fat.
Yeah.
And he's gotten fucking pale. Like, I mean, I guess he's just not wearing, like, using spray tan or something. Like, I've never seen a more pale Mexican before in my life.
He's not GTLing?
I don't
Gym
know.
tan and laundry?
I don't fucking understand what in the hell is going on.
There's only 3 matches announced for the pay-per-view on WWE.com. And that's
There's the 2 main events.
40-man Rumble.
And the Rumble.
Miz vs. Orton and Edge vs. Dolph. I'm a big Dolph Ziggler fan.
I just don't care.
They were saying about carrying that over to WrestleMania, Edge vs. Dolph again. Who was the other one I said that I heard about? It was Edge vs. Dolph or Edge versus... I don't remember. I can't remember now.
I can't remember.
But let's be honest, like, Kane's not gonna headline a WrestleMania again, ever. I don't even know. I said again like he has before. But
I don't think he ever has.
No.
He might have been in the 4-way. No.
Oh, the other one with Edge was Alberto Del Rios.
Oh,
WrestleMania.
Okay.
Which
I'd like to see that.
I wouldn't mind Alberto Del Rios winning the Rumble.
I was thinking that yesterday night.
I like him.
Because he came out during the chorus thing. I was actually, you know what? I was like, I bet he's gonna win the Rumble. I wouldn't mind him winning. I wouldn't mind Big Show winning. I certainly wouldn't mind Kane winning. I'm a huge Kane fan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Barrett winning. I really hope CM Punk doesn't. I just don't.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Barrett wins it, that kind of ruins the Nexus vs. Core feud. Because now they have to build up...
Which I don't give a shit about that.
Right, but what I'm saying is...
I'd be happy if Barrett won, so that didn't happen. Because it's a stupid fucking gimmick. A stupid fucking storyline. Who cares?
Yeah. I hope that they make...
Who's in Punk's group again? It's Punk,
Husky
Harris,
Michael McGillicuddy, and David Otunga.
Otunga, yeah.
But I hope they make...
God damn, that's going to be a horrible match.
No, because outside of everybody but Ezekiel and Otunga, they can wrestle. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah, but it would be... I'd be boring.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be good. But I hope they make... the new Nexus as, like, cult-like and, like... creepy as they could have made the Straight Edge Society, and they're already kind of starting that with the whole Faith promo thing that he did on Raw.
Well, now there's 5 people in it.
Oh yeah, Mason Ryan, Ryan,
Batista, new Batista,
baby Batista,
like the new Coke Batista.
Nope, 25-year-old Batista. He quit the Fed to find his time machine.
He joined. He jumped in a Lazarus pit. You're welcome, Simon. So he could do so he could join.
He does, but even he knows he's worthless. He's actually
fake Batista knows he's worthless?
Fake Batista knows he's worthless. Like, he doesn't. Yeah, he's whatever.
Yeah, I didn't. What did he do? Like 2 moves? I don't know.
But one of them was kicking Punk. So.
Yeah.
Outside of anything going on nowadays, Great Khali news.
I forgot about that.
Great Khali was involved in a shooting at the home of an Indian politician. Great Khali is over in India filming Big Boss. Not Big Boss Man, who I miss. But
you said Big Boss Man, all I could think of him
riding on the Big Show
Big
thing.
Show riding on, right on.
But anyway, Great Khali was involved in a shooting with his bodyguards, and the politician invited Great Khali to the house as the politician's grandson is a big fan. Fans gathered around the outside of the house waiting for Khali. Children began approaching Khali when he arrived to get, photos and autographs and stuff like that. Khali's bodyguards were said to be very hostile from the start, shoving children as they approached the Great Khali, because the Great Khali needs, protection from children. His bodyguards allegedly grabbed a boy and beat the crap out of this kid. There's no reason why.
Wait, does the press release say beat the crap
no,
out of him?
No,
Right,
no. Grabbed the boy and beat him down. People tried to get the boy from Khali's bodyguards, and that's when the bodyguards started shooting into the crowd.
Wow.
3 people were seriously wounded in the incident.
Wow.
Yeah. One, does Great Khali really need bodyguards from children?
No, probably not.
If somebody's going to try to shoot a Great Khali, they're going to aim for his chest, and no bodyguard is going to be able to jump that high. Unless they're bodyguards on stilts.
Have you seen Great Khali's chest? It looks like he's already been shot.
Yeah, but why grab a boy and just beat him? Make an example of him?
Funsies?
I guess.
What if he's a really bad kid?
His parents told the bodyguards. WWE's coming out with a Best of WCW Nitro DVD. And Diamond Dallas Page says he will be the host of the DVD on his Twitter.
That's going to be a fucking train wreck.
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch that.
Yep. DDP of all people. Oh, the other speculation for WrestleMania is that they're going to induct Sting into the Hall of Fame because it's in Atlanta, WCW country, the heart of WCW. And they're talking about Arn Anderson and Ron Simmons being the first African-American champion in WCW.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Sting will be inducted because every WrestleMania had, the Hall of Fame has one headliner.
Right.
And obviously Shawn Michaels is their headliner for the rest of the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I don't see a Sting, especially in Atlanta, Sting would be a headliner. I think Sting would have to be the headliner in Atlanta to be inducted. Are you looking at the roster, seeing if there's any main eventers?
I'm just looking, on that, and also I'm trying to think of who could possibly win the Rumble. But
Skip
I was
Sheffield.
also thinking of what you were saying. I think it could still possibly work because Sting would be the headliner for Atlanta, but then you've also got people who are watching now who are just not WCW fans.
Yeah, but
a major portion of WWE's fan base right now are not WCW fans and never were WCW fans.
Well,
You may disagree with me on that.
No, I completely
But I think
agree
of
with
the people who are wrestling fans now, people who are WWE fans now, I would say a higher majority of them never have seen WCW, even barring the whole kid aspect, have never seen WCW or have hated WCW, and would not give a shit about Sting.
Right, but if there's one place to headline Sting,
it would be Atlanta. I
so-
agree. I agree about that, but I think that I don't think it's going to happen just because of TNA. I don't think they're going to pull Sting away from TNA.
no.
And there's no way WWE is going to allow that to happen. They're not going to induct a guy and then you get to see him next week on Spike.
I'm getting random text messages throughout this entire show, by the way.
All right.
It's the first one was fuck the what, and I was like, huh? And then she responded back with fuck the what in the butt. I don't.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be put down for a second.
All right. I'm looking at the roster.
Hornswoggle.
I did see 2 other people that could possibly, at least possibly, not going to, but possibly.
Was it Hornswoggle and Jack Swagger's Eagle?
No, on Raw it was Morrison and Sheamus. Morrison and Sheamus is 2 possibilities.
Okay.
From SmackDown, I can see
Kelly and Alberto Del Rio's manager or ring announcer. Hey, he's a wrestler.
Kane.
No.
Paul.
Paul Bearer has a better chance of main eventing.
No, I'm saying possibility.
Okay.
Possibly, just fucking way out there. I could see it maybe working. Is Undertaker injured?
I don't know. I think he might come back for the Rumble. They don't have many surprises they could
Has
pull.
Undertaker? He won the Royal Rumble 2-3 years ago.
I don't know.
Is that right?
I don't know.
He's a possibility if he's in it. So really, Undertaker, Kane, Swagger.
I like Jack Swagger.
Rio.
Although when you said his name,
injured, he's been injured for a while.
He's not coming back.
He's not. Coming back for a while.
He's very questionable for even being at WrestleMania. They said they. By they, I mean Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. Where the
There
world
you
comes
go.
to kick ass.
There you go.
Cheap plug.
I wonder why they don't bring him as a commentator.
Christian?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they'd have to pay him.
Yeah, true. I'd like to see that. I'm a huge Christian fan though too, so I would say that.
Another discussion I'd like to get insight on, not from us,
because we're terrible at our
right,
jobs.
but from people that listen.
Yeah, people who are more informed than us.
Right. The listeners, the people that know what they're talking about, people that watch this. Would the WWE benefit from a cruiserweight division?
With who they have now?
Yes.
I don't think so.
How? I can name 5 to 7 people off the top of my head that can make a good division.
Chavo, Rhodes, Gabriel, Bourne.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying Chavo, JTG, Yoshitatsu, Evan Bourne, Tyson Kidd, Trent Beretta, Justin Gabriel. Like there's
Beretta, I don't know. Beretta's not going to be in WWE for very long. I just don't
Shut
see
your
it.
dirty mouth.
I like him, but
Either he's in WWE or he's
are you Riot?
yeah,
Like, what are you going to say from that?
or he's
Trent Beretta, when I see Trent Beretta, I see WCW. He is 2001 WCW. Everything about him.
He's
the
Evan
gimmick,
Courageous?
the style, everything.
he's Evan Courageous.
More Shane Helms.
Okay.
More Shane Helms or Jamie Noble, but
I love
he
Trent Beretta.
looks like a young dragon. He really, honestly, I see him. I'm like, that's fucking WCW.
It's
Every time I
Jamie's
see-
son.
Yeah.
With a really bad black mask. You could even put Rey Mysterio in that cruiserweight division. Give the belt give the belt prestige. Have him be the first champion.
Give it prestige. So don't give it to Rey Mysterio.
No, people see Rey Mysterio still as this high flying.
Yeah, but yeah.
He would be the Undertaker of the division.
Would you take a belt away to create the cruiserweight division?
No. I say it's strictly defended on superstars and pay-per-views.
Let's just go with the superstars. It's a superstars title.
That's fine, but I think it should be a weight division. I think it should just be cruiserweights because that's what superstars really is.
Yeah,
Like Primo.
I would like that. I would appreciate that. I don't know. It would not be the cruiserweight division that we grew up with.
No.
Not in the least bit.
But on Superstar, I don't think Vince McMahon watches Superstars.
I don't think Vince McMahon watches anything.
No, I think he watches Raw and SmackDown.
I don't know
Because it proves by how bad it is that he's watching.
I don't know if he watches SmackDown. I think SmackDown's just bad.
But Superstars, like, they do stuff on Superstars that I'm like, I didn't know you could do that in the Fed. Like, Trent Beretta does dives.
Yeah. True.
And they do cool-looking stuff. So, like...
Cool-looking stuff.
Yeah, and they have good matches. Like, they actually wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, Superstars is WWE's version of ROH on HDNet. It's a short show, but it has the exact same amount of matches as a Raw and SmackDown. And a Raw is what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours, sometimes
Feels
3.
like a fucking eternity.
Sometimes
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But they only
A lot of the times 3.
they only put like 4 or 5 matches.
Yeah.
Superstars has 4 or 5 matches in an hour.
Mm-hmm. Good matches usually.
Yeah. Yeah. What did we watch today? It was
JTG versus
Chavo, which we missed. I was sad about
Um,
that.
Who else?
Davey Hart Smith and Darren Young versus Primo and Zack Ryder
That's right.
in random tag team warfare.
Yoshi versus
Yoshi versus Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, and somebody else. What the fuck else did we see? Hawkins versus somebody. Did we say that already?
No, it was Kurt Hawkins versus somebody else. I don't remember who it was. But it was great.
Yeah, oh god, we're great at our
Memorable.
jobs. We're great at our jobs.
Yeah,
It was,
memorable. So I don't know. I think a cruiserweight division wouldn't hurt. It would at least give Evan Bourne something to do.
Now I want to know who the hell it was.
It would at least give Evan Bourne something to do, though.
Is he injured?
Evan Bourne, yeah. He
Okay.
said they're saying 2 months, but I'm wondering if he won't just make an appearance at Chris Masters, Kurt Hawkins versus Chris Masters.
Right.
I'm wondering if he won't just make an appearance at the Rumble to take a shooting star press bump and be eliminated.
What's he injured with?
Hurt feelings. I don't.
Because Cody didn't return his calls?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's injured from. torn something.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the SmackDown roster page right now. I hate Kofi Kingston. I just don't.
You're not a member of the Boom Squad?
I just don't care. I mean, it could just be because I'm from Cincinnati and I do have just a twinge of racism in me, but fucking, I don't like Kofi Kingston. I don't care. His move is retarded. The double leg drop looks retarded.
That's not his finishing the move, though. His
What
finish is Trouble in Paradise, the spinning kick to the head.
Oh, because that's so much better. That's riveting.
Let me jump up and kick you in the head, Nick.
There's a little bit of a difference. I'm expecting athleticism from some random guy from Ghana. I'm not expecting it from you. If you do it, I'm going to pop.
I'm 6'3".
If you do, I'm going to get knocked. If you do it, I'm going to laugh.
220
on your fucking face.
No way. I was a yellow belt.
That's just because the belt was white and you sweated to turn it yellow.
I had hot dogs before karate class. Mustard everywhere. I had a yellow gi, too.
I took Taekwondo.
My brother is a black belt in Taekwondo.
Your fucking brother's a ninja.
My brother is scary.
He is scary. Superman punched a dude.
He's got a 46 pack.
Punched a wall from around the corner.
And yeah, completely put his fist through the wall.
Like, I mean, I know there's like a right hook or whatever. Like, he literally like hook punched the wall. Like,
yeah.
His arm was a
his
hook.
Arm was
came
hooked.
around and like, fucking punched around the fucking like the pillar where the entrance of the fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy ninja. God, don't attack me.
And then broke my car on the way home from that trip because he was still angry and he punched my dashboard and cracked it.
Shattered, Jesus, yeah.
He's a dick.
Every time I look at your dashboard, I laugh.
I hope he doesn't listen to this. Just kidding. He won't ever listen to this.
Probably not.
But yeah, I don't see anything surprising with the Rumble. I know you're a big fan of the Rumble, and
I'm not a fan of the Rumble insofar as not nearly as much as I used to be when I was a kid. I mean, I just don't give a shit about much of anything anymore when it comes to wrestling. But the Rumble, it's fun to watch. It's fun to guess who's coming out, and it's fun to. I mean, it's the best match to sit with your friends and shit all over or just joke around about. I mean, and just to kind of pick out which things to look at. I mean, it's a fun match to watch. It really
I think the last
is.
Royal Rumble I enjoyed, like Rhino and Tajiri were running like ECW spots in the middle of the ring. While everybody else was
remember that. That was a good
everybody else
Rumble.
was like choking and punching each other.
That was a good Rumble. I remember that. I can't remember what year it was, but I do remember.
Yeah, Tajiri
really
was doing like
that
handspring elbows, and Rhino was like pile driving Tajiri. It was just them.
Yeah. I remember.
I think Tajiri had somebody in the
Tarantula,
and Rhino gored him.
Best
through the ropes or something
we need
like
to figure
that.
out what Royal Rumble that is. I want to watch it right now.
I don't.
Fuck the podcast.
Yeah.
I remember. It was Roddy Piper and Snuka. It was Royal Rumble at Madison Square Garden. They were doing their little gimmick, and because I remember Morrison and Punk were laying in the corner, opposite to the camera, so the camera's right on Roddy Piper and Snuka. They're doing their old man fighting thing.
Yeah.
And Morrison and CM Punk are right in front of the camera in the background, laughing their asses off. Just laying there, kind of have their hands over their mouth, but they're laughing hysterically at what the hell is going on in the ring.
That's pretty funny.
And it was really, really great. The only other time I've seen a wrestler actually just visibly geek out and start laughing, there was a match with Scotty 2 Hotty and Road Dogg on SmackDown, like back when SmackDown was on UPN. Like this was like the first 2 months of SmackDown.
I like the sound of this match.
Road Dogg was just through the entire match just laughing, and Scotty 2 Hotty's like throwing punches, he's as serious can be, and Road Dogg's just laughing. Not in and they didn't comment on it. They're not like, oh, Road Dogg thinks this is funny. Like, they're trying to ignore the fact that Road Dogg is openly laughing at fucking everything. Maybe it was an acid flashback for me, and it didn't actually happen. Now, I've never taken acid, so it's like a future
flashback.
acid flashback.
Yeah.
Or acid flash forward, I guess.
Right.
I don't... But I swear to God, I've seen it happen, and goddamn was it funny. And I've looked in like SmackDown histories to see, Road Dogg versus Scotty 2 Hotty to see if I could possibly find the episode.
Right.
But
doesn't exist?
I don't know. I'll have to look again. But I remember that happening, and that's the only other time that I remember.
Maxwell Chicago made a Scotty Too Hottie reference the other day on my Facebook, and I giggled out loud.
What? That's the second time that we've mentioned Maxwell Chicago.
Yeah.
Both, I think, this show and the
show.
second show in a row.
Yeah.
Did we mention Maxwell earlier today?
Yeah.
Earlier
I
in
don't
the
think
show?
so. I don't think so.
Maybe it was
no,
just
because like,
anyway, sorry.
in my bedroom, I have like
There
a
you go,
metal.
Max.
I have a metal roof,
Yeah.
and it was pouring out the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just so loud on the metal roof that I couldn't hear my TV. So I posted on my Facebook like, "Holy crap! It's raining so hard that I can't hear my TV." And Maxwell Chicago commented and it said, "As Scotty Too Hottie would say, turn it up." Made me laugh because it was so dumb.
I have that fucking theme stuck in my head now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I don't know how much time we have.
I don't know either because we're too busy looking at wrestling shit.
Yeah.
Because we've got features to get to, and you did mention something that I want to kind of. Oh Jesus, we're gonna be so over on this episode. Let's go. Let's cut through our features real quick.
Okay.
We have two features. We'll do the real quick YouTube feature pick of the week. You do it because I don't really have it.
Me?
Yeah.
I forgot what I said it was going to be.
I don't know either.
Oh, god damn it.
You want to just go with our old standby because we got so pressed for time? We'll just say
No,
Scott.
PWG, it's going to get gay.
PWG, it's gonna get gay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's
That's a YouTube pick.
That's
of the
my
week.
YouTube pick of the week.
I remember. I kind of remember it. I'll have to watch it again. Okay, so YouTube pick of the week, PWG is gonna get gay. We have a new feature on the show. We were supposed to do two of them, but two features, but we won't have time. So we'll just do the facts or fiction, and we'll do the whole nostalgia thing next week.
Okay.
Fact or fiction, where we ask a question, and I swear we didn't steal this from 401 Mania. Ask a question, and then we have to say whether or not it's fact or fiction. Did you steal this from 401 Mania?
No.
Fact or fiction, and why we feel that way.
Okay.
So you said okay, like I'm explaining it to you. It was your fucking idea in the first
I was shocked.
place. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, I got it. I got the rules.
You start. Was your idea? So your fact or fiction.
My fact or fiction
Question.
is John Morrison this generation's Shawn Michaels? And your answer would be?
My answer would be fiction.
Okay. Why?
Actually, it wouldn't really be. It shouldn't be a question. It'd be like John Morrison is blah blah blah, and then we have to say whether that's fact or fiction.
Okay.
Anyway, regardless, yay, grammar Nazi again.
Yeah.
Fiction
Damn your
because
SS.
John Morrison is honestly he is too talented and too smart to be a wrestler, and either WWE is going to drop the ball and he's just going to go and do what they're just going to let him go and be retarded. Or he's going to just be like, all right, I'm out, and just go do something else. I mean, he actually has a past in directing and screenwriting and stuff like that, and he's actually made quite a few short films.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's also there's a couple other things that he's got.
He could
degrees
stunts
in, like
and
he's
he
got
could do stunts and
yeah,
stuff
I mean,
like that. So I can see that.
He has a strong interest in film.
Okay.
That at his young age, I think that he's just going to be like, all right, I'm done. And he's just going to move on to something else. So I think for longevity's sake, just because I don't see him in the WWE for very much longer. I would love for it to happen. I would love for Morrison to one day be the Shawn Michaels of WWE.
Okay.
I just don't think it's going to happen. Just because I think either WWE is going to fail him, or regardless, WWE is going to fail him. He's just not going to be... He's not going to be as driven to do what he's doing now, and he's just going to be like, okay, I'm going to pursue something that is a stronger passion than wrestling, and he'll leave, or WWE just be fucking retarded and just don't have anything for him, so that you just let him go.
Okay.
And I think he'll go on to a different career. I don't think he'll go on to TNA.
Okay. I think my answer is going to shock you because I think you automatically assume I'm just going to say fact, but I'm going to go with fiction actually because I think after thinking about it, I actually think that, and it's cliche to say, I think John Morrison is this generation's John Morrison. It's unfair to judge anybody. They'd be like, oh, this guy's the new Ric Flair, and they do it all the time,
Yeah.
and they automatically fail when they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at, like, Mordecai was, like, pushed as, like, the greater Undertaker.
Oh, you know what? I honestly wanted that gimmick to keep going.
Right,
but anyway.
that's because you enjoy those gimmicks.
Right.
But it automatically choked him up, and he just, he came back as Kevin Thorne, but again, that failed. So,
well, he dropped the Mordecai thing to cut him for a little bit. The Mordecai thing dropped because he pulled out or something.
Right. He was uncomfortable, and I think he was uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair to like measure the young talent up with the talent of the 80s and the 90s, because it was such a different era. It was such a different time of wrestling. It was easier to get over, I think, in the boom era, 98, 99. Everybody had something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like guys like John Morrison, if they're not being used, they're kind of just in the backlight. They're not being used. It's not like, oh, he's not. They're not featured on TV.
It's not the Vince era, not the Vince Russo era where everyone's got a storyline.
Right.
And if they're not on
TV, they're not on TV. Like you don't. Like we were looking at that roster, and I was like, holy crap, these people still have jobs.
Right.
Like so, I think John Morrison is this generation's John Morrison, and I think in like 10 years, people are going to be measuring the next guy that does flips and the next guy that can, do amazing things. I think that they're going to be like, oh, is this guy the next John Morrison? I think. That's my opinion, at least.
That's a much more... It's interesting that we both kind of went in a positive string. I went for more of a cynical positive string on it. But
right.
That's interesting. It's nice that we were like, no, fuck him, Shawn Michaels the best. We both went to some kind of positive string on it.
Yeah. I like Shawn Michaels and all, but I think he's probably top 3 performers ever of all time.
See, I never really watched Shawn Michaels in his heyday to really make that claim.
Like the Rockers and everything. I think from evolution wise, Shawn Michaels is top 3, pushing it top 5.
I can respect, in the same way that with any other kind of wrestling legend, I can respect that his stance and his position in the whole history of it and everything, but I don't know enough about it to really say, oh, I really like that person, because I didn't really follow them.
Right.
I didn't really follow them as much as I followed.
I think you would enjoy like the DVDs, like the Boyhood Dream DVD and like the Shawn Michaels.
What I've seen, I actually really did like that.
Yeah.
I really
so
did.
I just, me personally, John Morrison is this generation's John Morrison. I don't think it's fair to judge and to hold that to somebody else. Because look at like David Flair. David Flair came out and they're like, oh, he's Ric Flair's kid. He's going to be great. And he was a bag of dicks.
Yeah, he was.
So,
the best thing to come out of David Flair was honestly, and I mean this sincerely, Crowbar and Daphne.
Crowbar is going to be in Ring of Honor.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to start watching Ring of Honor.
Yes.
It's horrible that's the reason I want to start watching Ring of Honor.
I was actually saving
I have a friend who works for Ring of Honor, and Crowbar's the reason I want to watch it now.
No, Josh doesn't work for Ring of Honor.
Well, he did.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
He had, how many matches?
Quite a bit. But
I watched, the HGNet matches, I watched those.
They released him for Zach Gowen to be in the House of Truth instead.
Retarded.
Yes.
Retarded.
Yep.
If anything, they could have got, so that means if they find another portion of a wrestler, they could bring him in for the same amount.
Right.
Because Zach Gowen's only half a
Do you think Zach Gowen's pay is half off? Anyway, your fact or fiction?
Oh, I love fraction humor. My fact or fiction, a WrestleMania, or a WWE Hall of Fame building, an actual building,
physical
building, a physical attraction.
Okay.
Would be justifiable, and it would be financially viable.
Okay.
Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Okay.
Financially viable. It's the WWE. They have money coming out of their ass.
Mm-hmm.
So financially, anything could be done. I think if they could keep it at there's actually been talks about this coming to Orlando. Like there's an actual Hall of Fame in Orlando. I think they can make money off of it. I think if they can keep the ticket prices justifiable, and you got traffic coming from Disney and Universal and stuff like that, it's another attraction in Orlando, and God knows Orlando doesn't need any more attractions.
Titanic the experience.
Yeah, but I think if there's any place to do it, Orlando would make sense because of the whole, that's where people come for vacation. Nobody goes to Stamford, Connecticut for vacation.
Right.
Nobody goes to, so I think Orlando is the vacation spot. It's someplace, it's someplace that people come to, and it could draw just random general interest. And you were talking about like, oh, it's just, what is it going to be, just pictures of the people in the Hall of Fame? Well, no, it could be a WWE museum. I wouldn't call it the Hall of Fame. I would call it like a museum, and it could be random props and just random stuff. You didn't go to WrestleMania ever, right?
No, but I know what Access. I've
Yeah,
seen
because
this guy.
and
honestly,
I
I really wanted to see that.
when we went to WrestleMania in Orlando,
Mhm.
the access they had, like old turnbuckles and stuff. I mean, it was just random stuff, and it was like, oh, stand next to a big stand-up of Big Show and fun facts about that. And
here's
stuff like,
here's a cement imprint of
Yeah.
Big Show's hand. Put your hand.
yeah,
in
and like, oh, come out through a fake entranceway with this WWE belt, and we'll record it. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think kids could really get behind it, and especially with the crowd that they're going for now, the PG, the kid rated. Even if they kept the tickets low, they would still make their money on merchandise, because you got to think that would be the place to get your WWE merchandise, instead of having going to Walmart and having 47 John Cena's and 647 R-Truth figures. They would have everybody from that series because it's a WWE sponsored store. So you would be able to get everything you need right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even with ticket prices being low, because the economy and
what's your idea of low?
$25?
It's not low.
It's an attraction though.
It's still not. I mean, they are like looking at like Ripley's Believe It or Not and stuff like that. Even that's like 15.
All right,
even
so
that's like 12, 15.
So we'll
bucks.
say like 15 at high 20.
Okay.
But you're going to make your money off merchandise because, like I said, you go to a WWE event, and when we went to WrestleMania, Dave's son is a huge Umaga fan.
Mm-hmm.
There was not one Umaga t-shirt anywhere. There was all John Cena and Ric Flair, because Ric Flair is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But there was not a single piece of merchandise for almost anybody else. Like DX, Undertaker, John Cena, that was it. So I think with like a Hall of Fame or like a museum, I think merchandise alone you would make it financially justifiable.
Okay. Even with all of that, those are good points. I'm still going to disagree.
Okay.
So I'm going to say fiction for three main examples.
Okay.
One, WWE Niagara Falls.
Okay.
There was a really bad Niagara Falls. Another, not a very big, but another pretty big vacation spot. I mean, you've got two main countries converging in on each other as a major, like, I mean, this is kind of essentially just the Grand Canyon with water. I mean, it's a big thing. I mean, there's other reasons why it didn't work. There was legislation going back and forth about, taxes and shit like that. The whole passport issue being retarded and kind of fucking that up too. But even still, I think the pile driver's still there. That big WWE drop tower ride.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
I think it's still there.
I think it is.
It's not owned by WWE. It's just like licensed by WWE.
Yeah.
That didn't do well at all. Actually, I'll do four examples. The Guinness Book of World Records Hall of Fame in Orlando lasted about 2 or 3 years. You've lived in Florida for a very long time. Didn't even know it was here.
Yeah, 13 years.
Because we've had this conversation, not on the podcast.
Yeah, but to be fair, like I've never been to Disney, so I'm like, there's a castle about a mouse. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you know what Disney. I mean, but you know there's a Ripley's Believe It or Not. I mean, you've been to Orlando. You know what's there.
700 fucking t-shirt shops.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. But yeah, like that completely failed. Then again, you've also got Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is pretty much the same thing. The other example I will give is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum in Cleveland. Ridiculously overpriced for nothing.
Okay.
And I mean, you've got props and shit there. You've got the actual puppet from Pink Floyd's The Wall, which you're basically a black guy, so you won't know any of this stuff. The big puppet from Pink Floyd The Wall.
About. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have letters from Jim Morrison to his mom for Mother's Day, and like his Cub Scout uniform, and they've got like John Lennon's notebook. Like they have shit there that would be interesting.
I know you
to
said
see.
John's linens.
Yeah, John's linens.
His sheets. His comforter.
Full of just sheets and towels and everything.
It's just a towel closet.
This is the rag that we cleaned up the blood from Yoko Ono's dress. But anyway, fucking Yoko Ono. Why couldn't she got done?
You said
Sonny
Yoko.
Ono.
I thought of Sonny Ono. Anyway, go ahead. Anyway, you're fourth.
Anyway, so yeah, ridiculously overpriced. They have things you might want to see, but I mean, it is $25, $30 to get in there, and it's in Cleveland. Which why the fuck would you want to go to Cleveland?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not financially viable. It's a horrible place to go. There's not a whole lot of stuff there. Wrestling is popular, but it's popular not only popular in spurts, but there's a certain kind of group that likes wrestling. Even with kids liking it now,
Right.
there's a certain kind of person who really likes it. Not a lot of those people who are into it are the people who will go to Disney for vacation. So your audience, that's a destination spot, but I don't know if it's a destination spot for that audience. A lot of people who you can see because they've got wrestling shirts as they're walking to the parks and stuff. Because I go to Disney, I go to Universal a lot. I'm a big theme park fan. So you do see it, but I don't think that those kind of people are going to take a day out of their Disney vacation to go and spend a day at the WWE Museum, at the Hall of Fame Museum or whatever, to see, the Camaro that Steve Austin poured concrete into, and to put your hands in, put your hands in the Giant's foot, whatever. I mean, I don't think, even if you charge like $10, I don't think people are going to go there. What you're saying about the gift shop, that honestly is a great idea.
Right.
I'm surprised they don't have a WWE store, a brick and mortar store. McFarlane has a brick and mortar store, and they're still open.
Right.
McFarlane Toys at Despawn and stuff like that. They still have a brick and mortar store. Lego has quite a few brick and mortar stores.
Right.
And granted, Legos are a major staple of kids' toys, but even still, I'm surprised there isn't a WWE store. I would think that would be a better idea. A WWE store at Downtown Disney or Universal City Walk. Here in Hollywood and Vegas, anywhere
New York,
would be a good idea. I honestly think that would be a better idea. You know what? WWE New York. That's another really good example. That's another really good example of just...
Yeah, but that was pushed as more an adult-themed thing. And at the time,
but then again, at the time, what they lacked in the kid audience, they gained an adult audience. And the adults are who spend money, not kids. Adults spend money for their kids.
Right.
But at the end of the day, adults are the ones, throwing out the cash.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think honestly, at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to pay their bill. They wouldn't be able to pay their bills. It's just yet another group of staff that WWE is going to have to pay. I don't think it would be financially viable. I'd love to see it. I'd be the first one. I'd be one of the first people. Not one of the first people.
There's so many indie wrestlers in Orlando. They'd probably get them for free.
Yeah, but I would love to go there. I hope they are stupid enough to do it. Just so I can go.
Right.
But I really honestly, if it were me, if I'm fronting the cash, even if it's big McMahon fucking cash, I still wouldn't do it. I still think it would be a bad idea. I still think it would fail. Yeah, and I mean, the guy's had many instances where he's tried something and fucking failed.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop him.
No, because he's retarded. I like the guy, and I mean, I don't like him. I respect the guy for I respect his abilities. I don't respect him because he's a lowlife. But I respect his abilities, and I respect what he's done.
Right.
But he's not that bright, really.
No, bodybuilding league and the XFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's far.
Just because it's a bad idea doesn't mean he won't do it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it would not be viable enough.
I mean, he signed Mark Henry to a 10-year contract.
But that being said, you know what? I would like a WWE.
So you're saying fiction, but you're hoping not.
Fiction. I'm hoping they don't do it. I still think I'm right. I still think that if they were to try it, it would fail. Right. But I would love for them to try.
Right.
Yeah, I would love, because honestly, that stuff doesn't intrigue me. Every time I see any kind of WWE Access or any of those kind of like walk-through Hall of Fame
fan
stuff
and stuff like that,
I look at that stuff and I want to see it. I want to see the big capes and shit that Undertaker wore at WrestleMania. I want to see the $1 million.
The Orlando Access, me, Dave, Jerry O'Neill, and Swift laid in the grass in a circle with our hands on our like chin, just like a bunch of fags like kicking the air and just giggling and talking. Eating French fries and drinking Diet Cokes. I don't.
Very, very gay.
Yeah.
Very, very gay.
And listen to whatever band that was that they played.
Was it Neurotica?
Might have been Neurotica.
The band the WWE Records band that they had.
Yeah, it might have been them.
Or either that or the H Block singing "Oh Hell Yeah." God, WWE's fucking dumb.
I got a text message from my brother that day that my nephew was born.
At FanFest?
At FanFest. He wasn't born at FanFest, but...
Just dropped out. Like, oh yeah, we were holding the spinner belt, and out he came.
But yeah, my nephew was born. My nephew was born at WrestleMania.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of born, so he's kind of born with it. So yeah. You know what sucks? We're 15 minutes over, but I'm having a lot of fun, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about.
Well, it'll saddle up for next week.
Yeah, God, we're gonna miss it. Maybe we can record it and keep it for next week. I don't know.
Saddle
Anyway, so
up.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it for now. You know, we'll mention yet again our blog. It's wrestletime.blogspot.com. It's wrestletime.blogspot.com. Tried to do Wrestle Time, but some 13-year-old Jeff Hardy fan had it, so we can't do Wrestle Time.
Kocosports.com, kocosports.com, kocosport.net, kocosports.net, which is our forum, so you can bring some conversation into there.
Yeah,
God,
is there a thread on that forum for us?
It's dead in there. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, it's dead in .net.
We should check. I'm not going to start it because I don't want to get flamed.
But
you
can go on .net and watch all of Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns from the past couple of months. We have them all up in there.
Cool.
Completely legal, I assure you. Wink.
So yeah, there's that. So Kocosports, you're right. Kocosports.com, kocosports.com.
Mm-hmm.
Where the world comes kick-ass.
They do.
First time I did that.
Yeah, it was not bad.
No, not bad. It's kind of that muttery, Jewy way that I do things, but even still. So yeah, and then also don't forget you can email us at askwrestletime@gmail.com. You can
and I don't care what it is,
or comments or whatever.
I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna read it on the air.
Yeah.
So Danny Only, if you want to email us, this is the first time I mentioned Danny Only.
We did not mention any kind of. We didn't mention Danny Only or we didn't mention Coop either. No. But we mentioned Maxwell quite a few times.
If Danny wants to email us a question, I'll answer it for him on the air, no matter what the question is.
Boxers or briefs?
None right now.
Get out of my chair. All right, so yeah. Why would I want you to get up? It doesn't matter. You're still wearing pants.
Shorts.
You're still wearing anyway. So yeah, that's Wrestle Time. I'm Nick, and I have no tagline or nothing to kind of end you on, so I'm just gonna say fucking bye. Saddle up. Settle down?
Maybe saddle down.
Saddle down now.
That's like settle down now.
All right, that's Wrestle Time, guys. Saddle down now.
Simmer down.